Hey there, Gary Sr. You had like Gary Jr.'s last fight here last year. Um, like, how has it been as far as like getting them prepared and getting them ready once the call is made as far as like his next particular fight?
Well, we're in the gym regardless. Every day we're in the gym. I think that's one of the good things that shows his success where it comes from. He stays diligent, stays in the gym. You ask the kids what they do in the spring, in the gym. In the summer, in the gym. The winter, gym. Fall, gym. So he keeps grinding at the sport every day. It's part of their life.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you know afterwards.
Yeah. Continuing on that, with him being in the DMV area and a lot of talent that's out there, I mean, he's a world champion. You have Jared Hurd, that's a unified world champion, and you have, other guys that are, basically up and coming here in the DMV area. You got, his brothers that'll be a part of the card. You got Kobe Soldier Breedy that's coming from Barbados and, residing over here. What do you think about, Gary Russell being part of the overall talent in the DMV area and how that helps the boxing scene here in the DMV?
To be candid, I don't want to seem biased because it's my son through nepotism or anything, but overall, I think his weight division, even the boxing, there's only a handful of the pugilists out here now that can display the hand speed, the ring gymmanship, the power, defensive capability. I think that he's basically going to lead by himself.
Want to sit down?
With that. I can't think of any other. I've talked to a lot of guys about it. And they said there's no one out there that has that old school swag who can do this boxing thing the way he does. So I think he's really the pioneer out front. Mark the shoe for.
Gotcha. Now, you were mentioning him being there at featherweight, 126 pounds, and how there are multiple fighters there at 126 and 130. What is it that kind of has all of those other fighters at 126 and 130 very reluctant to fight Gary Russell Jr.? He talks about, having the fastest hands in boxing, being prepared, 24/7, 365, as you like to mention. So what is it in particular that has those guys like Abner Mares, a Leo Santa Cruz, even Vasily Lomachenko in the second fight? What has them reluctant to facing Gary Russell Jr.?
They know the realness of it. Like they say, real knows real. I can use this analogy. You see guys walking down the street and they're unfamiliar neighborhoods and stuff like that, and the guys might be playing on certain people, and all of a sudden there's one that walks, and they said, nah, he has a different kind of walk. The swag kind of stands out.
Different kind of vibe.
I mess with him.
Yeah.
And I think he absorbs that and discourages him.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, with this fight here coming up against Jojo Diaz Jr., and him having his next offense at the WBC Featherweight Championship, he's able to get through this and get the win. What do you think his next move will be? He says that, he doesn't necessarily want to wait for, those other champions at 126 pounds and, may move up to 130 or 135.
I think maybe you misinterpreted what he was saying.
Okay.
If, providing we get past Mr. Diaz, we're looking forward to doing unification. I think the money's is in the unification. Something he wants to do. We should be able to do it because they all got the same either manager or person behind them.
Right.
Make it happen. If he can't unify, if they, drag their feet this time, then of course he'll move up.
Right, but of course his preference is a
Preference is to unification.
Yeah, it's just that, with him being a long-standing, featherweight champion with the WBC, and you have, like I said, with Amner Morris and Leo Santa Cruz fighting again for that WBA version of the strap, and, Selby is going up against Warrington, who's a top contender. It just seems like a lot of those guys are kind of, reluctant to step in the ring with Gary Russell.
They're recycling the guys over. I think Santa Cruz, this is what, third time fighting? Second time. We couldn't get one time with him. We were begging for it. All of them. These souls, all of them. Calling them all out. Wouldn't do it. And I don't think it's really the fighters. I think it was, the politics or the managers behind it. It's the best move financially.
Yeah.
I could eat longer here. But if I put them here, I won't be able to eat from that plate because
right. They're scared to take that risk, basically, because they know that when they step in the ring with Gary Russell, there is a very, very, very high chance that they'll lose against Gary Russell, and then once that's done, then they're pretty much gravy train is pretty much over after that. One last thing, and I probably brought it up before last year. How does it feel to basically train your sons here in the card and another card like you were doing last year, number one, and to do it in the MGM National Harbor, minutes away from your home?
Well, I like it because, like you said, it's minutes away from my home. As far as, the venue is the venue. You know what I mean? I don't, to be honest, deal with a lot of people in the DMV. You don't care that exclusive. You have a very, small, minute,
well-grounded.
And you find that in the DMV, a lot of the melanated people are not united to on the front where they want to support one another. And it's bad, when you go to your home state and you find that the reluctance of people coming.
Yeah, people
go to LA.
Right.
And get the love from,
Yeah, people out of town when you can't really much get it from folks in PG or Montgomery County.
Exactly. Exactly.
So yeah, that's a thing that I wanted to basically cover. But thanks a lot there, my brother.
All right.
All right.